Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood therapist. So listen, I recently did a video about segregation, right? Given the current situation that's occurring with Toupe Fiasco wig and this administration and the lifting of the segregation ban. But anyway, I didn't expect that video to have the traction that it seems to be having over on YouTube. Okay, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube page yet, please do. And to all the new subscribers over there, thank y'all so much. I truly appreciate it. I didn't think that this would be the video for all of that to happen, but here goes. So, first and foremost, I don't have time to really reply to all the comments. I tried to reply to as many as I could, but I was not prepared for that influx of comments. And I got to work today, y'all. I got clients. But nonetheless, it's a few things that I needed to actually make a video response to because y'all, I don't know what y'all watched. I don't know what y'all heard me say. But clearly, you didn't listen to understand and respond thoughtfully. You listened to react. And I ain't got time for reactions. I don't have time for unhinged, half ass reactions. Okay. And by that, I mean you formulated your opinion and therefore put your comment based on something that you couldn't have possibly heard because I ain't say it. First, I never said that we wouldn't be okay if segregation truly did go back in full throttle. Never said that because one thing's for sure and two things for certain. I don't care how left things go, black people gonna always be all right. Period, point blank. So you never heard me say that we wouldn't be okay. Next, another thing you never heard me say. You never heard me say once that there weren't other factors involved in this that would cause issues. For example, when it comes to the major industries and things like that, we don't own nothing. Okay. We can't ignore the fact that due to the foundation of this country and discrimination, oppression over generations, we still don't really own much of anything, right? So I'm not saying it wouldn't be difficult. I never said that, but we would still be all right. Next, I don't know if y'all didn't catch the sarcasm in the video, but I wasn't literally telling the non melanated people that they didn't want segregation to like not push for it. I wasn't telling them that. I was saying they think that's what they want until it actually happens. I know just how powerful the black dollar is. We spend a lot. And we spend a lot outside of our own community, and that's already the problem. That's already one problem. We spend a lot. Our dollar circulates outside of our community so much that that's why we don't have even what our ancestors had back when Tulsa and all those places were thriving because our dollar leaves our community too fast. Neither here nor there. The main thing I wanted to touch on, though, because I don't know why this triggers me so bad. I every time somebody says it, I get triggered, and I can admit that. And it came up on my live last night, my live on TikTok. It came up. I really do not like, cannot stand when y'all say, well, we not our ancestors. They better not try that now. How long is it going to take for y'all to understand that our ancestors weren't these passive, docile, sit around and take it type of people? I mean, maybe some of them were, but had all of them been that way, we would still be in shackles. And some of y'all are still in shackles, unfortunately, mentally. But nonetheless, no. All of our ancestors weren't whoever y'all think they were. I don't know where y'all getting this from. And had you watched my Black History Month series that I did in February, every single day, you might have learned something. But here's what. Our ancestors revolted. Our ancestors rebelled. Our ancestors rioted. Our ancestors fought. They marched. They dealt with things that none of us, in my generation at least, have ever had to deal with. We ain't never had water hoses fired at us. We ain't never had dogs sicked on us. We have not even gone through half of what they went through to make such an asinine statement. Yet y'all keep making it. Why are y'all this disrespectful to the very ancestors that made it possible for you to be here and live in the privilege that you live in? Because let's not front. In 2025, we have far more privilege than our ancestors ever had. which is one of the reasons why I say we probably would not unify as much as y'all seem to think so, because a lot of people won't be willing to give up their privilege. A lot of people are willing to keep on the chains that they wear because it's too hard and too uncomfortable to break free. So let's stop. Let's stop with this idealized view y'all have. I'm not saying that our community wouldn't be okay. We would be. I'm not saying that we wouldn't unify more if something like that did happen. But what I'm saying is, back then and now, we've always had the Uncle Sam Sambos and Stevens among us. So no, everybody is not going to. And then this other idea that y'all seem to have, that not somebody said it, and I can't really quote their comment word for word, but basically what they were saying was, we got switches and weapons and stuff now. They might try that, but we gonna take some of them with us. They took some of them with them back then. Nat Turner took out a whole bunch of folks. Certain revolts that occurred, matter of fact, all the different revolts that occurred, always took out some of them too. I don't know what type of time y'all on. I mean, I understand that our school system in this country is flawed and didn't teach us much of anything when it comes to our history. But just understand that they took people with them back then too. Us having weaponry and switches and all that stuff now, that's irrelevant if everybody is not going to be bold enough to actually stand on them front lines and put their body and their life on the line and die about it. Understand what I'm saying? Everybody not willing to do that. Y'all could think that, but I'm not a fool. Okay? Uh-uh. I'm not saying some of us wouldn't be willing to do that, but all majority, nah. Mm-mm. I had people in them comments that proved that they're not gonna give up their lifestyle. They don't want to. Never that. So yeah, y'all have to make sure that you understand what I'm saying, understand the context of it. And if you're going to engage with it, make sure you engage with exactly what I said and not what you think you heard. Okay. And please, for the love of God, stop saying that we are not our ancestors. That is the most disrespectful, ignorant, asinine statement that y'all could make. Because again, you are making it seem like they didn't fight. You are making it seem like they just sat back and let things happen to them. No. Had they done that, we would still be on plantations and in chains. We're not, though. So, no. No, 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 no. But you did have those that would beg for their master's life before their own. And you still have those. So, let's be really clear. When I say I am leery on if we would all be able to unify and actually fight and be in a revolution, I am. Hell, we can't even get on one accord between the genders. Black men and black women, I don't know what's going on. And I'm not saying that it's all of us, but we see too much that there's this discord between us that would make this really difficult. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to need y'all to be clear on what I said before you go responding. And we can have discussion. I'm always up for discussion and making people aware of things and educating and all of that. That is my whole platform. But make sure you are interacting with what I said and not what you think you heard. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Now, again, as I said, I used to be one of the people that was all for segregation. In some ways, I think it would still probably work okay for us in some ways, and in some ways, it would not. Also, be clear that integration, segregation, and desegregation are three different things. Okay? Look more into that. All right. But anyway, I want y'all to have a wonderful rest of the day. Again, thank you to all of my new subscribers on YouTube. If you have not subscribed yet, please do if you love the content. And I talk about so many other things. So don't just hit me up on the controversial topics like this. Go educate on the mental health stuff that I post about too. See, y'all love to come in when it's something to argue about. Mm-hmm. Anyway, y'all have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will holler at y'all later.